The fire continues to grow gradually overnight, but they worry that conditions could worsen tomorrow night.
KSBY News reporter Megan Abundis is live in Summerland for us. And Megan, how are the firefighters preparing for the next phase?
Dan, they are really working the lines, but before we get to that, we did just touch on that heartbreaking news that just came down a few hours ago of that firefighter death. With me here is Craig Kodat from Riverside, who's also a public information officer on this Thomas fire. Now, the fire officials, fire ops, have been talking about historical firefighter deaths in this area since day one of the fire. Can you explain that?
Right. In 1971 on the Romero fire, 4 firefighters lost their lives and 4 were other critically injured in that fire.
So this is kind of at sometimes very difficult, steep terrain, and that's causing some of these problems.
Absolutely. The way the topography lines up with the winds makes it very, very challenging here in Santa Barbara.
So we want to talk about what's been going on today. A lot of different firing operations. Explain the difference between the master plan and these firing operations that you can maybe see behind us.
Right. Our incident commanders have relayed the last couple days their PACE program, so the primary, alternative, contingency, and evacuation plans. Each geographical area has their part in that. So every way the canyon lines up and the way the winds blow, specific to their canyon, they're going to implement that plan that ties into the master plan for the entire fire. So we are still on the primary plan right here. So you're seeing some backfires right behind us, which is part of the primary plan. We're going direct with the fire line and trying to keep it contained above the houses.
So we're not to the contingency plan, which includes firing operations in the canyon areas.
We are keeping it directly above the houses, going primary. We are not on the alternative plan yet.
Still nearly 100,000 people evacuated from their homes. Can you talk about any other fire activity where it's kind of peaking up in the back areas?
Fillmore's had some activity today. Each one of the beaches still has a little bit of fire activity based upon what the winds are doing and the weather and how they come in alignment throughout the day. We're seeing different activities build up based upon the way the winds are aligned with the canyons.
And a lot more smoke in the air because of that as well.
A lot more smoke. So if you have the N95 respirator mask, please wear those. It's for your health.
And Friday, we're talking about a change in the wind conditions. So what can you say? How are crews gearing up for that?
So today, why we are so persistent on building the line and improving it and going direct right behind us right here, because tomorrow we're anticipating some north winds, and these canyons directly line from the north, and if we get winds pushing the fire directly down those canyons, it's bad news for us.
So multiple firing operations happening now that must be done before sundown.
We are doing our best to get all that line tied in and completed before the winds pick up again.
So really quick, can you retouch where some of those areas are happening? You said around, what was it?
There's some directly behind us, Carpinteria, Summerlin, but Montecito, and they're going to tie that in, wrap around the fire, and head to the north.
Right, around the water plant too.
Correct, which is directly behind us. They're going to protect that water plant.
Great, thank you guys. That's the very latest. You're going to see a lot more smoke in the area because of these operations.